We're starting the show with jokes and laughs, but before I get into all of that fun stuff, let me welcome you first to Splyce TV, your stop for all things Splyce and all things fun. This here is game day. My name is Shadosha, joined by Party Marty, who has finally arrived back in the building. How you doing, my brother?
I'm relaxed.
Yeah, you are. He's kicking back. He stole my pillow. If you notice, I gotta lean forward more because he has my pillow, but we'll get into all of that stuff later.
Let's be honest though, I'm pretend relaxed.
It's pretend relaxed.
I went on vacation with 3 kids.
We're gonna talk about that in just a second. Because I want to yell at you for a moment. So before I yell at him, I do want to make mention, again, you guys joined us yesterday. Today, we reveal the prize. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is our giveaway for the day. I might have broken it because I slapped it. Yeah.
Oh, I have the same mouse.
Yeah, you do?
We keep giving away my stuff. I don't know why they keep giving away my stuff.
Well, so you can't.
Is literally my mouse?
That probably is literally your mouse.
Yeah, probably.
For the record. So if you want to enter to win that, you make sure you use the hashtag #OnTheHunt in chat. Get yourself registered for this giveaway, which we'll be doing at the end of the show. Also, I want to make mention to Riff Rivals. That's going to be taking place July 5th through the 7th. So if you are on our Discord, you know to join us then for the Riff Rival Discord party. But if you're not, !Discord in the chat. That'll get you in there.
Can I point out that for Rift Rivals, you guys, I can't tell you what we're going to do yet at the booth, but between Josh and the team that's figuring out like the activation stuff,
right?
I think they're going to make me do some ridiculous things that's going to.
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope there's no photography around.
You getting trolled and or bullied is great.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we're talking about. So if you're actually physically at Rift Rivals, it'll be a good time. Let's put it that way. So.
Real quick, I want to say that this entire time the social conversation is going to be open and I am watching the chat. For example, Ill Passion, I see you.
I also see this.
It's hashtag on the hunt. Use the hashtags. Y'all just type it on the hunt. All right, let's get it going correctly, okay? Now, jokes aside, again, Marty, it is good to have you back. You got to enjoy the first day of summer.
Was the first day of summer?
Yesterday,
oh,
yes.
Yeah, look at that. It wasn't very summery, so we went to Deering Lake, which is an amusement park.
Right.
And we went in the water park, and the kids were like, yeah! And they started running towards it, and my wife and I go, oh my God, that's cold! And we're just kind of like, okay, yeah, come on in. No, that's okay. You kids have fun.
Right.
And we're like skirting around the edge of the pool.
Yeah.
And we're wondering why all the water slides are turned off.
Right. Yeah, because it's cold. Yeah.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where my son walks over to me and he's just like, Dad, I think I'm a little cold. We're like, come on, all right, come on, let's go to the pool. Let's go to the water. Let's go to the water.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. It's crazy.
That's funny. So we in the office, we were kind of joking around like, oh, I wonder what Marty's doing, man. He's on vacation, having
not
fun,
sleeping,
doing all that stuff. Yeah,
dealing with kids with skin knees and cranky and full of shit, but they loved it. Don't get me wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you definitely hopped on Twitter. It was like, oh man, because we all went out to just enjoy ourselves and have a good time.
Oh, is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, we did. No, we had a little fun. We was like, well, he can't have all the fun. We got to go out and do something.
And then I don't even get the invite. You guys see that? Boss doesn't get an invite.
Well, I mean, you didn't invite us to the. Oh, never mind.
I didn't invite you to Deering Lake with my family. My bad.
He was like, you know what? I'm leaving. Shadosha, you do the show by yourself. It was cool because I had 2 cameras. It was great. I got to be all stylish and flashing and stuff like that.
Wait, I have another good vacation story too.
Okay.
So this encapsulates kind of my entire vacation on the good side. I told like a negative story.
Right.
They have this ride called Moose on the Loose.
Moose on the Loose, yeah.
And so Moose on the Loose is this giant like plastic moose character, and there's like a bunch of them in a row, and you ride on a track, and it just kind of bounces up and down. But for some reason, you have to have an adult if you're below a certain height, even though it's a very clearly a kid's ride. So I ride this thing with my son. He thought it was the greatest thing ever. And all he did was go on a track and go up and down. But what he loved is it kept going, moose, moose, moose on the loose. So the whole rest of the day, kid kept walking around and he'd just go, hey mom, moose, moose, moose on the loose.
That's funny. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I already see it in the chat. Somebody said a Photoshop competition. I definitely want to see one for an opportunity to. I want to see Moose on the Loose stuff, right? So
Moose on the Loose. I'm down. I'll retweet any good Moose on the Loose stuff that's out there for sure.
So for all you new guys that are joining us, make sure you are following the Splyce channel as we are going to be doing this show every weekend when there is a League of Legends game. See, I can't even speak. Taking place. I'm tired. All right.
Get your act together, Shadosha.
Also, again, if you want to kind of banter with us and have a little bit of fun on our Twitter, make sure you use the hashtag #SplyceGameDay as we are having fun on our Twitter as well. So that's me just saying all of that stuff. And since you're back, I want to talk about yesterday. Let's talk about the Misfits game, Splyce versus Misfits. And also let's talk about the new patch and the stuff that was going on. There's a few things I want to talk about. Let's bring up real fast. I spoke to Coach Mack after the game yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have this.
I didn't catch up on all the social stuff. I did watch the game on my phone while driving down the highway back. But
Awesome.
I haven't seen any of the social banter. So.
Okay, so cool. So I mean, unfortunately, we took a loss. But this is vital. Let me just read this to you real quick because this is kind of vital, all right? This is what was said. There were huge improvements in communication and playing calm from behind. We weren't consistent enough at mitigating losses by taking small victories and being happy with that. Overall, played a ton better than last week. So, before I get into your thoughts, this is what I observed, and this is also something that I observed from the spring split. They did the exact same thing. A lot of R&D in the beginning, getting comfortable, getting their footing, understanding how they're going to have to play the meta, and understanding what needs to be done. This is, again, kind of what they're doing right now. I've noticed that when I saw the tweets from Odo Omne, it's like, okay, well, we're figuring things out. I'm getting an understanding. Okay, this is how we're going to play it. And then they kind of get their things together, and they make something happen towards the end of the split.
Yeah.
Again, I'll get into some tweets in a little bit, but a few of the other players also felt that same way. So I want to know your thoughts, and you guys in the chat, I'm reading what you guys are thinking as well, just so you know. So go ahead, what are you thinking, Marty?
It's funny because, as an owner, like, I'm like hyper invested in every win.
Right.
Like whenever we lose, it's like, I always say it like this. As an owner, the highs are high and the lows are low, right? So like it's difficult to watch your team lose. And it isn't about like, losing because of the business reasons, or isn't about losing because you're just like, I'm hyper competitive.
Yeah.
It's also because I know how it affects player mentality, right? And so a big part of esports, or sports anyway, in period, is always mentality.
Yeah.
And I get worried, like, how are they going to come out from that? Are they going to like, get them down? And to your point, like seeing some of these responses where it wasn't just Mac, but other people I've heard had some pretty like positive kind of like, hey, we're getting better, right? I was talking to one of our general managers, and he was saying like the response from that side was like, no thing, because he's out there in Berlin right now.
For sure.
And he said there isn't like this negative vibe of like, oh, we suck, and like that's the hardest thing, you know? Because it's about how you end the split, not how you begin it. So.
Right. So, and to add to your point, I want to bring up a tweet from Kasing, because this is kind of a big one, and I'll read this to you guys real fast. He said, GG to Misfits. I'm not even sad about this game because we're improving much more compared to last week's games. Can't wait to play again, since this is all about where you place in the end. Haha. Hashtag keep positive. Again, to your point, exactly what you said. So, again, R&D mode, I mean, on paper, it looks like a stomp, but we're getting some observations here. We're seeing that with the patches and the changes, now that the AD carries, and the items are kind of, buffed and stuff like that, we can see how, jungle control is a lot more vital. But now we're seeing way more kills on the board as compared to last week, where it was just take an objective, set the Rift Herald here, do this thing, boom, take it, whatever. So these guys are getting into the rhythm of understanding how this needs to work. They're making it happen. And, the fact that they're keeping the positivity up. He is the last guy. Yeah, I was going to say
it's like it comes natural to him, right, to keep the positivity up. So
Right. So real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to Golden Trials. Somebody I know that you're familiar with.
Yeah, Golden. Shout out to Golden. I don't know if you're watching right. Well, probably not watching right now because I believe Golden lives in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. So,
right.
But anyway, like I'm sure Golden will watch this video later. So.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to just say real quick. She says, at Kasing LOL, your attitude just makes me so happy. You guys look better compared to week 1 already, and I think this is just another case of Splyce takes a moment to adjust before they can pop off. I like that lingo. That's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so best of luck to Kasing. So again, I have to say, I'm happy hearing that, the sentiments are echoed quite the same way, that we feel like, again, there's a habit of, and this isn't a bad thing, because I call it, in the realm that I come from, we call it a button check, right? That's exactly what we call it. We call it a button check or the download. So what we do is, again, we may, not intentionally, but we're gonna try out our buttons, set up some if-then situations in our minds, like if we choose this, then what are they gonna do? And we continue to kind of do that stuff. Because remember, this is best of 1 right now, but they see each other later on in the split. It's about the adjustments. It's about adapting. What can I learn from them? Can I get them to burn all of their knowledge right now?
Yeah, I mean, like, here's a good example. We were playing G2, game was tied.
Yeah.
Game was tied the whole way through. We had one, I assume it was a mistake. I don't know about League of Legends, to be honest. Everyone knows that.
Right.
But I assume when G2 took that Baron, it changed the game. But, like, that's, like, clearly we can play on that level, right?
Yeah.
Clearly we can play on the level of the opponents we've been having. It's just finishing things out, making those right decisions. So your point is, like, this isn't what matters, right? We would love some wins right now.
For sure.
But what matters is how we close out the year and how we get to the get to the end of the season.
I'm seeing a question highlighted here from Mr. Il Passion. Shout out to UXY. If Shadosha and Marty could choose one champion's outfit to wear, what outfit would it be?
Ooh. Wait, are we only talking their standard outfits, or can we use skins? Because skins opens a pool party.
I was gonna say,
Shadosha will
yeah.
only wear pool party skins, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Anything that involves wearing nothing, pretty
Mr.
much,
Mr.
yes.
Beach Bod.
Skins included. He said, okay,
skins included.
Sweet.
You know what? Because I'm a classy guy, and because honestly I'm just so biased, I'm gonna have to say I would go with prom queen Annie and wear the suit.
That's actually kind of lit, yeah.
He's got the top hat,
Right.
It's like that. But I also want to be furry underneath, because I think that's even better. So I'm actually a bear wearing a top hat and you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to picture that. No, I'm going to not know what you're saying. Let's try that.
What about you? What would yours will be?
I don't know. I know Sneaky's been cosplaying as of lately, right?
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of
I know the chat. Okay, chat said pool party. What was it? Pool party Tarek. Yo, that would be kind of. That would be kind of dope. I might do that.
Can we stop making out his muscles? This gigantic. Also the hair. Come on, Tarek's got that Fabio hair going on.
True. All right. So I want to be a little bit corny. Which one of them wears dope sneakers?
Which one? What?
Which one of the champions is like a sneakerhead? The chat probably knows. He's going to take some time to think about it. And what I'm going to do is while he's thinking, I actually want to cut to some stuff since my segues are kind of godlike. You got some Foot Locker unboxing stuff going on right now. You got to hold your thought now. Nope. We're cutting to the video. Let's check it out.
Come on. Let's go open. Come on. Come on, let's go, guys. Come on, come on, do.
It's filming. Hello.
Press it again and see what happens.
Hello.
Hello.
You're dropping it.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I feel like your arm is gonna break if you hold it like that.
Hello. Hello.
Guys, can we open it?
Hey, stop following it.
This one is signed by
Kevin Durant, holy.
signed by Kevin Durant. That's mine.
Hey, Kobe, is this yours?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I think this is
Happy birthday.
Hey, whose is this? Show me. Who has a tiny foot?
That's
Is
mine.
it 40 and half? Yeah.
It's 40 and a half.
That's mine, yeah.
Oh, this is mine.
You guys,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you the sign.
It's part of your set. You're in that set.
Oh yeah, it's my set,
It's your
right?
pub set.
It's my set.
Wait. I want to find the jacket I got. It was like a black.
Okay, who got this
Is yours
yellow
on?
jacket, guys?
It's not there.
Ah, it's my yellow jacket. Is it yours or set? Who got that blue? Hello, hello.
Hey, stop laughing.
Oh my god. Man, guessing, look at me.
Tell me none of you saw. I know it was about sneakers, and it was about like Foot Locker clothing, but what I saw, Kasang had his sleeves rolled up on a short sleeve jersey. It's already short sleeve. What are you rolling up? Are you wanted like an extra half inch of like muscles? It wasn't even showing muscle though, because he had long sleeves underneath. I don't get it.
Okay, you guys quite literally missed him freaking out. He thought
I
like
was
the
like-
logos were messed up. I was like, is the logo messed up? What the heck
The
is going on?
jersey's broken
He
or
was
something.
yo.
I don't
Go
get
ahead,
it.
keep talking. Go ahead. It's funny.
I saw, okay, but here's the real deal. Can I point out these amazing sneakers these guys got? And have you seen my sneakers?
Well, actually,
Like
I was
2
gonna-
years old, busted sneakers.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish this camera was working because it is pointed at his feet right now.
Foot Locker, please. I love you. Kicks for the boss.
So I want to say real fast too, because it's time to make fun of me a little bit. Yesterday I got some of my sneaker predictions wrong because they were posting screenshots, and I definitely messed up Odo Omne's kicks. I thought he had some Air Forces on because the bottom have the same Air Force kind of thing. Well, it is a variation of the Air Forces, but they're like the
Wait, so you know by looking at them what kind of shoe they are?
yeah. I'm big
Not
on
just like Nike, Reebok. Like you can literally
no,
tell
no,
the shoe.
yeah. I saw the bottom of the shoe, and I like when I looked at it, it looked like it just looked like your standard Air Force bottoms.
Do you know the only way I can tell?
What's that?
And it's a ridiculous reason.
Right.
Is the Yeezys, because everyone always points out they almost say Splyce on the side.
True.
People point out all the time, like, oh, we need to get those shoes because they almost say Splyce. Like, but they don't say Splyce. So
What are those?
Yeah.
So I want to make mention that he also got that sneaker wrong as hell too, because those are not Yeezys. Those are just Ultra Boosts.
I wasn't saying that was easy. I said it's the only.
No, okay. My bad.
Sneakers, period.
My bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I wear sneakers till I'm like, wow, Wow.
Quick shout outs to Jay. He said, sorry, that's my job to get Marty some kicks. You'll have to travel to the LCS house to get some kicks. I'm fine with that. I like traveling and I like sneakers.
Isn't it
Again,
cheaper if you just go buy sneakers than? But I love those guys, so I'll go see them.
that's actually true. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do both, you could do
That's
it.
right. I could just go for fun and get sneakers.
Well, I'm going sneaker shopping a little bit later too. I mean, I bought these. Funny thing, you talking about traveling. I actually went to Canada to get these. These are Reebok
To get
Classics.
white sneakers? There's
Reebok,
white sneakers.
no, they're Reebok Classics. They're not just white sneakers. See, not a sneakerhead. We can do this all day. We can do this all day. No, but
I literally walked in. I was like, okay, I need a pair of sneakers that are for running.
Right.
And I need a pair of sneakers that are dark colors so I don't ruin them.
Right, right.
And got them.
Yeah, so no. I had to go out and step out in style. I'm actually gonna go sneaker shopping this weekend because if I don't, the chat's gonna call me out for rehashing the same stuff. They did that to the last pair of jeans I had, which was pretty funny, but
I'm getting called out in chat for not being a sneakerhead. I didn't know this was a thing. Like,
It's
you just
a
get
thing,
called out for
man,
not.
listen.
I knew sneakerheads were a thing. I didn't know getting called out for not being one was a thing.
Hilarious
I'm a
says, come
dad.
on, Marty.
I'm a dad. Oh man, I'm just like a dad. What can I say?
All right, so what would you say are your favorite pair of dad shoes? Do you know your dad shoes?
No, so I don't. I only wear two things. I wear plain old sneakers that are good for running,
Right.
and good for walking,
Right.
and I wear a second pair of flip-flops, and that is it. I don't wear flip-flops.
That's actually perfect. Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
about as dad as. Oh, Jay says I'm the same age as Marty, and even I have Yeezys and a dad too.
Jay is cooler than I must be. Oh, I do wear slippers with socks. I love my slippers. He's right. That's a third thing. That's not a shoe. It's slippers, right?
I can
not
pick,
the same thing.
I seriously could pick on you all day, but what I'm gonna do is give you a chance to breathe. Also, you didn't name the champion I was gonna be, so we're gonna do that after this. I actually want to
No,
watch.
I said champion. You were gonna be. We said champions of sneakers.
That wears sneakers. Yeah. Do you know what champion that is? Do you know? No. Do you know what champion that is?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be Caitlin because Caitlin wears sneakers. Anyway, done talking. Let's cut to the video. We've got some foosball to watch.
Oh my god, that's the first goal I've ever scored in this game. Holy. I didn't even get to play.
And your son, too.
Oh! I'm tilting. No.
It's a goal, guys. Look.
Oh, I quit. Oh my god, 3-1.
And it's 3-1.
Oh, but come on, man. This guy is so good, like I can't believe it. Why am I even doing? Oh my god.
I can't take more goals.
Good game. Yours too good.
GG. That was a close one.
Oh my god, man.
All right, so I know some of you guys saw that video yesterday. That wasn't in case you missed it moment
I
because
didn't see
he
it.
definitely missed it.
I didn't see it.
And his reaction was hilarious. Talk to me.
Okay, so
Talk to me.
first of all, I have two reactions. One, Kasing, get better because I want to see more of those Kasing heads. Those were hilarious. So I want you to score more times, even if it's for Kabe, just so I can see your head pop up at the bottom more. And also, my second thing is Kabe, I call him my son. See, it's proof. I'm good at foosball, he's good at foosball. 1-to-1 correlation. Twitter uses it all the time to prove statistics, right? So if he's good at foosball and I'm good at foosball, he must be my son.
Right.
In college, I used to wreck the foosball table. There may or may not have been like beer puddles in the middle and things like that, but I was pretty good. It's kind of like obstacle course, right? You had to like navigate around the puddles
for
in the
sure.
middle, or watch out for the person who's like bumping into you because he's like dancing to bump and grind or
Yes,
something like that.
to bump and grind. Jeez. I'm sorry, I'm laughing too hard. But I do want to let you guys. Let me gather my composure because you're crazy today.
Well, who doesn't like bump and grind, right?
I want you guys to know that these videos will be coming out frequently in celebration of the World Cup happening right now. That episode was called Denmark versus England. Big shout outs to Kabe for taking
Do you
that
know what we
W.
won't have?
What won't we have?
USA versus anyone.
You can fly me there.
No, because
Just fly me there.
the USA,
Fly me there.
World Cup,
I'll be USA.
he's not getting it.
I get it. I'm just ignoring you because I want to go out to. I want
Twitch
to go.
chat. Can I get some fail fish in Twitch chat, please? Because this guy over here, Come on, dude.
I'm done talking to
USA
you.
Soccer. USA Soccer.
All right, whatever.
We don't even
guys.
call it football. That's how bad it is.
So
USA
for,
Soccer.
so for the rest of you guys, if you haven't heard already, let's not forget that we are giving away the Corsair Glaive Mouse. Use On the Hunt to enter the giveaway, all right? On the Hunt, type it in the chat. You will get your hands on this. This is actually Marty, so it'll feel really good to have it in your hands, all right?
I think I like wore off like a part of like a logo or something with my hand grip. You know, like how that does with logos on things. You know.
Right.
My favorite is on keyboards. How you can see whether you're a gamer or not, right? You can
Yeah,
see the
you can
letters of,
definitely
like,
see, like,
oh,
yeah.
oh, there's a QWERT area,
Right.
all gone, right?
all like smudged out. Definitely all that hand
Yep.
oil just kind of wrecks it and stuff
That's right.
like that. So now that's a big deal. And since we're talking about games, let's get back to League a little bit here. Let's talk about today. Splyce versus Unicorns.
Like right now today?
Today. Not yesterday, today.
Got
this
it,
isn't
got it.
pre-recorded.
Not pre-recorded. You know how we can prove it? Because we're gonna talk about today's game, and that clearly could not have happened any other day.
Duh. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna stop trolling you. Unicorns of Love versus Splyce. There's a lot of things to talk about here. I'm intentionally looking deeply into these cards because I just don't know where to start. This is a great. So, all right, let's do this by reflecting. Last split between the Unicorns of Love, we did pretty well. 2-0 in the season. And we had one of the epic moments, one that I highlighted because it was so great, the base race.
So if any of you didn't see the base race, legitimately, you cannot tell who won.
Right.
People were arguing in Twitch chat, like, I don't understand who won. Which Nexus blew up?
Right.
The camera moved a weird way. Like, the commentators even say, like, wait, who won? Like, they
Right.
were confused. And the crazy part is it was literally like a single auto attack difference of winning that game.
Yes.
Insane. Which, by the way, we're talking about crazy metas right now.
Right.
There's been crazy games all the time. Like,
sure.
I get they were standard champions or like that, but this is like,
Yeah.
there are crazy games all the time, right?
Right, exactly. And I mean, if you haven't seen it live, trust me, you guys will get the clips very soon.
Also, just watch the VOD. It's really good.
Watch the VOD
really
because it's
good.
insane. But what was great about that moment, especially, was speaking to Kasing, and he made a mistake. He made a whoopsie.
Oh, did he?
And he admitted to it. Yeah, he wanted to teleport two people.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, that's right. I think he wanted to grab Niski. But
yes.
instead he grabbed Xerxes, who
Yes.
was a tank, so he did no damage.
Right.
And you've got our high damage mid laner just like slowly coming down the lane.
Right. And in typical Kasing fashion, he teleports and he's got this big smile on his face, but he's like, oops.
Oops.
So it's like, bro, this is the game
it.
and you're oopsing. So they just push. It's a base rate. It's funny.
Yeah.
I love it. I crack up way too hard every time I watch it just because, like, after they won, you could just see the look on his face like, well, that just happened. That's great. So, I mean, predictions-wise, the desk also kind of feels the same in the summer split in regards to how we are going to do versus them.
You know what? I'm gonna take it a little bit different direction for a second. For me, I have a little bit of love because Trashy's. Oh, sorry, Cold now.
Cold now, yeah.
Sorry,
Cold, yeah.
I've known him for a lot of years now.
Right. That gets to my next point, so that's perfect. Actually.
One of my favorite players over there, Unicorns Love, and like there was a lot of questions on how they do this year, you know. And part of how they've done well is my boy Jonas, man. He is, first of all, just a standout dude. Like, he's the kind of guy you want on your team.
Right.
I'm really happy he found a good place to land. It just didn't fit in our comp and the way we were building our team.
Right.
But he's the kind of guy, like, you can see, like, he works hard.
Absolutely.
And also, when we talk about being big buff man, you know, we can compare, you guys can roll up your sleeves, you and then Trashy, and then we can see, like, here over here, big buff. Over here, big buff.
Well, I'm kind of cheating because I got lanky arms, so my arms just by default look swole. So I might win that one by default.
I still don't know exactly what swole means.
Swollen. You're dadding again.
Oh, but there's only one L in it though.
Yeah.
Why
We
would
got
I
things to
trust?
do, man. You know, letters cost a lot of money when you're texting, so you just want to go for swole, right?
Do you know what letters actually did? We paid per words or no? It was per message. We only had 144 characters or something like that. And so you type and be like, maybe I don't need to send a second message.
Yeah. So that's why you get LOL, IDK. So I see a question in chat. Will Splyce ever get a pet snake? We actually do have a pet snake called Aspen, and I'm glad you asked that
But
question.
Aspen's not really. I think they mean a real pet snake.
Like a real snake?
Yeah. So Aspen's not real. I think they already know Aspen's not real. You know Aspen's
It
not real, right?
counts. It counts. Yeah, I know what Aspen
Okay.
is. But it counts.
So
you don't count that?
You like.
I'll be fine. I don't want to listen to it. I'm ignoring them.
His
It's fine.
FBI thing thought. So
Fed's watching.
I will say that. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this.
Say it. Okay.
I'm kind of afraid of snakes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's
You
kind of-
picked the snake, Logan, and afraid of snakes.
So it's really funny. So when we originally started the company, there was me, there's Vinny, one of my co-founders, and our old roommate Sandy. And so me, Vinny, and Sandy all lived together in New York City for years and years.
Right.
We've known each other since college, back literally in the 90s. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
And so we had the three of us trying to figure out this brand, and we came up with the Splyce name. We came up with the Splyce like colors, everything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the time, we didn't have a logo because we were web products back then.
Right.
So then we were going to transition to being a team, and Vinny says, "Hey, I have a friend who actually does logo design. He's an illustrator. Let's have a tackle at it." And we were trying to give him ideas like what could it be, and we ended up settling on a snake. I remember my head thinking, this is so weird.
Yeah.
I've got a company with like base color dark gray, which
Right.
I like bright colors, and here I am in almost all dark gray.
For sure.
And a snake, an animal I'm terrified of.
Right.
And Sandy, who designed the original brand, is mortally petrified of snakes.
Right.
Like doesn't want to see them going the other direction. And we had to go back and tell Sandy about this. And we're like, so Sandy, you know this brand you created, you were so excited about? It's now represented by a snake.
Right.
And her face turns all white. She's like, oh, that's cool. So as much as, yes, Marty's kitten is, we'll call it, maybe that's the office cat, and that's the live version of a,
But that's not a snake.
But I don't.
Okay, so the chat doesn't want to hear you anyway. Everyone's Quirky says Aspen is real. Cristal says Aspen is real. Don't
Yeah.
tell it it's not real.
All right, Aspen's real.
So
it's
Aspen
real
is,
foam.
we got a Santa snake. We'll call it Santa snake. How's that? Anyway, to answer your question, Il Passion, because of that, yes, we do have a snake. I'm happy that we do too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't want a real snake either. I'm scared of snakes as
Well, you
well.
know what it is? I get the snakes aren't actually like scary for the most part.
Oh, yeah, they're
It's
tiny.
like I've been infused with this from young childhood. They like make you scared of them.
Yeah, you saw that
But-
movie Anaconda,
All those things, and like you know what it is? And
Jurassic Park.
dude, anything reptilian scares me now.
Yes, exactly.
I'm scared. And by the way, last thought on this is like that's why as a parent, I'm gonna be all like my parents. As a parent,
Right.
I like to talk to my children so that they're not scared of. I'm trying to be like the guy who stands up in front of the classroom and he's like on the soapbox,
Right.
you know, the professor. But no, seriously, like I try to like, hey, look, don't be afraid of spiders and snakes and things. Like have a healthy respect for them if they're gonna
sure.
bite you and mess you up.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of them. And no, Quirky, Australia sounds amazing, but I've heard of the scary stuff you guys got over there. So
So, all right, real quick. Thanks for sending the questions. Again, guys, keep it rolling. We are watching the chat. I want to get back to the Unicorns of Love game real fast. So something came up on Reddit, and this was a conversation that I was kind of looking forward to having with you, because we're going back to Spring Split for a little bit. This is a bit of a flashback.
okay.
Splyce was considered to be a late game team.
Okay.
And there's a bit of evidence that kind of proves that. I mean, we had to build up towards the base
You know,
race.
pentakills.
We had the
things like that.
pentakills. There's a lot of steamrolling kind of compositions that we saw in the last seasons where they may have given up the early game lead, sustained in the mid game, and then boom, late game destruction. I want your thoughts on that kind of that Reddit thought. What do you think? And also the chat. I know you guys are watching and listening.
And then also,
as well.
you guys are also better League of Legends than I am. So
right. So please contribute because
let
I'm
me,
reading you guys' replies.
I'm
Go
going to do
ahead.
the opposite. I'm going to take off my glasses. You know, people get smart. They put glasses on.
Right.
I'm taking them off because I'm not actually that smart at this stuff. But I'm going to answer anyway because I love to answer questions I don't know a lot about.
Right.
So here's what I understand. I understand that our team functions much better as a unit, right?
Right.
We don't do the let's use examples like Faker, not this year, but Faker previous
Right,
years
right,
on
right.
SKT, or Rocks Tiger. Well, it's not Rocks Tigers anymore.
Right. They keep changing names. SKT.
Yeah, now it's the Gen G. Wait, is that the right? Or is it Kings? I can't remember. But my point is
Exactly.
Peanut. I was going to use where they're like mechanically one player makes these crazy plays and that wins the game or whatever.
Right.
It's really more. It's macro play in its like relying on teammates and synergy, right?
Right.
And so things like late game team fighting fit well with that, right?
For sure.
Snowballing early and just running down a lane, that's usually like you have that one or two players that push that type of thing.
Yeah.
So it hasn't typically been our identity. I will say like we've had some interesting times where it worked really well depending on what we've picked. And that flexibility is important because then they can ban you out, obviously,
Right.
to the comp style you want to play, or they know what you're going to play, right? And they
Absolutely.
they play against it. So my thought is yes, that's probably part of why this meta is challenging to us because games are over in 23 minutes, right?
sure.
Hell, games are over in 6 minutes. Like 6
Yeah.
minutes, you're like, okay, well, this is done because
Right.
the comeback mechanics are so difficult.
Absolutely.
However, I put my glasses back on my intelligence side. My intelligence side says, I don't know a lot about League of Legends, but it's fun to watch.
Right.
that much I can say. I'm having a good time.
So there's two pieces that I want to bring up here. Quirky does have a good point that we did have one of the longest game averages in the spring
That's true.
split.
That's true.
That is true. And then Encore, I see what you said. You said Splyce has the best mid-game chemistry. Early game comps are how and when Splyce dominates. Interesting point of view to have. And I actually want to
That's why I said I don't know, right? You guys know better than I do. So
I want to see that come into fruition, especially with the way the meta is now, because again, games aren't going that long.
Well, and can also see if you look at the way people are playing roles, Reckless didn't even play yesterday. Reckless
That's a good point. Yeah,
they put a top laner in because they're playing champions that are completely out of their comfort zone, right? So if you're Kabe and you're so crazy comfortable on Caitlyn, and you're crazy comfortable on Lucian, like these characters you play so much, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now you're gonna play Heimerdinger and Ziggs and Victor and Yasuo, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and like, what is this? We an int up mid or something like that? But so like, as a fan, I think it's still fun, right? As I'm glad I'm not the strategist, and that's a tough challenge for Peter and for Duke and for Mac. As they're thinking about like, how do we set Kabe, for example, up to succeed? Fnatic went the other way. Like, all right, you
just swap out.
Flippo's going in because he's a top laner. He'll play top lane champions. It's crazy, right?
Right. So another question in chat real quick. Are there any games coming out in future that Splyce has their eyes on? I'm actually going to save that question. I'm going to back off for a moment. I do like that question.
I'm going to answer Chris out too. He says, I don't understand League. I just know it's fun to watch. That's me. It's like, there's plenty of games.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just like to have fun watching. Like, I mean, it's a super simple game. Rocket League. I have no idea what the rules are, other than ball goes
into the net. Yeah.
That's it. I know sometimes cars blow up and I don't actually know what's happening, but fun to watch. That's kind of how I react to it in the same kind of way. So
honestly,
I totally get
that's quite literally, and thank the guys we brought that up. That's quite literally the point of game day. We're not expecting anybody in the chat to be super technical.
And don't expect us to be super technical either. So
of the games, we literally are Splyce fans having fun and enjoying each other's fandom.
And giving stuff away.
And
Hashtag on the hunt. Hashtag on the hunt.
So what we're going to do is take a little bit of an opportunity to unwind. Odoamne had an opportunity to do something that I wanted to do, but whatever. He got to do it first. He got to cruise around and talk about his life story, courtesy of Turtle Wax. Let's check the video out now.
After the split ended, I went to South Korea to take a break a bit. After that, I went back home and I spent like 2 weeks with my parents, and now I'm here in Antwerp for like another week and a half. Over the years, I used to come here a lot and I kind of made friends here, and just overall, this place is, much different than back home. It's more, everything is just more quiet here. I came here so often and this place kind of grew on me. It's mostly just getting away and focusing on other things, just because you're in contact with League for 3 or 4 months, and all you're doing is League. So I feel like if you just take a step back and you look over all of this, you can get a clearer view of the things you did wrong. Not really like, just game to game, but maybe attitude-wise and stuff like this. I feel like it's gonna help you more in the long term. Most of my interests outside League are mostly with, the human body or like history and stuff like this. And outside of that, just like psychology in general, I'm kind of really interested on that, just because a lot of people, especially like in esports and stuff, like they're really emotional, and psychology just helps with like, identifying why those emotions happen and what the fix is. Because I used to have a lot of like, issues with myself with like the way I was thinking. So being curious about why stuff like that is happening kind of helped me a lot. Some of my other interests are kind of just doing the things I was doing when I was a kid with like, swimming, gym, and all of this stuff. And also, even though I live in Berlin, I want to kind of get a car, but I don't really know why. It's just like an itch on my head. It might sound stupid, but kind of the cars that were like in the old Need for Speed games, like, like the old BMWs, the old Mercedes, all of those. My dream car would be, I guess, either an Aston Martin or a BMW M3 or who doesn't love Ferrari, so I guess one of those as well. With Splyce, I'm just trying to just have fun, because that's kind of when we improve the most. Yeah, with the patches being like, once a month, you always, every month, you kind of get this new motivator to just find out what's good and what's bad, and that's kind of the fun aspect in League, at least for me. Having a good journey and just focusing on yourself and your team, and then waiting for all the results to kind of come naturally.
I want to remind you guys real fast that we still have the giveaway going on right now. Of course, we're giving away the Corsair Glaive today. I have to make a correction. I apologize, and I'm doing it right now. On the hunt, no hashtag. In the chat, on the hunt. All one
Wait,
word.
you've been saying hashtag the whole time.
I have screwed up. So you have a chance to enter now.
We gotta use
Do it now. Fight me. It's okay.
Wait,
I'll
but here's
take
some
the
hashtags
swings.
you can use.
Yes.
You can hashtag game day to
Right.
send us things on Twitter.
True.
You can hashtag Turtlewax Gaming for that awesome video they just threw us.
Pretty
right?
please, pretty
There's
please.
other hashtags you can use, but apparently not hashtag Shadosha. So
Don't use that one.
hashtag Shadosha.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to everybody joining the chat. Thank you guys so much, and make sure you hit that follow button as we do this every weekend.
You
and we
see
still
old
got
passion right there in chat?
Wait,
Watch
no,
this.
no, Christoph, all right, stop it, stop. It's not on the hunt, no hashtag.
Hash hunt on the.
I hate you guys. All right, I'm done.
Getting trolled all day, every day.
So, Odo Wamne, shout out to him because he has pretty much the same taste in cars as I do.
Oh, you like the new kind of slick luxury car type of thing?
I think the only difference is that I actually get to drive most of the cars he mentioned. Can I brag about that a little
you can
bit?
bring whatever you want, man.
Okay, just making
no one
sure.
cares, but you can brag about it.
He's a hater. That's all.
I am a hater.
What kind of
I
cars
don't
do you
know-
like, by the way?
So
You a classic man, huh?
yes, I like classic cars, but here's the funny part. I don't know anything about them.
Right.
So like my brother and my dad are all like into cars and they have the numbers and the names.
Right.
My stepfather too, like all these guys. And me, I'm like, that one's cool looking. They're like, which one? I'm like, the one over there, right? And I love what they look like. I would love to drive one. But I can't handle how loud and stinky they are.
Yeah,
I joke with my
fair
brother
enough.
all the time because he's like a purist and he would want it to be like loud. And then I want like a new engine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like turn it into like a hybrid or solar power or something.
You know, I get yelled at when I say that, so I
I'm
agree
like-
with you.
They go, oh, but you can't do that. You ruin with the car. And I'm like, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, you're not trying
I
to-
don't care if it's exactly the same engine as 1932, blah, blah, blah.
Those are big for like vintage collectors and
Yep.
resellers. Like if you want a stylish, and this is why I appreciate that. Like if you want a stylish vehicle and you just want to like swag out and stuff like that. I mean, I don't see the problem with swapping out like the dashboard, putting like a digital dash.
Yeah.
You know, polishing up the wood grain, getting a better engine. Why
Yeah,
not? Like
put a
extend the
stereo
longevity.
in.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you a really quick story. I was working in theater like 15 years ago. And I was working in this outdoor theater. We had
Right.
to drive around and lock up the park. And we were done. It was around the theater.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
the girl who I worked with, she drove an old classic like 50s Chevy. And
A heavy Chevy.
it was
Woo-hoo.
beautiful, but we couldn't hear the radio because the car was so loud and
Right.
it stunk to high hell from the exhaustion. And I was like, why not to put a good engine in here and a stereo I can hear?
Right.
That's all.
So I'm gonna get a little bit wild in here. So Chad, I want to know what you guys like in when it comes to cars, because I'm about to go crazy on cars. So I'm watching the chat. I want to see what you guys like, what your favorite car is. You can be as fantastic or realistic as you want. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of bragging because I get to drive some really cool stuff. Watching a clip that makes me want to see Oda illegally street race vehicles. There's this thing called the Autobahn. You don't have to illegally do it. All right. So
You can legally do it.
you
that's
can
right.
legally do it, so it's fine. So right now outside I have a Jeep Wrangler.
You just rented one so you could drive it?
Yeah, I was bored. I was like, all right, I want to see what it's like to kind of ride around in that because I never sat in one.
Well,
Like,
here, I'll tell you something. I was buying a car like 4 years ago.
Right.
And I used to, before Splyce, I used to work in corporate America and
Yeah, it is,
manufacturing. So I travel a lot.
Right.
By the way, Uber wasn't quite a big thing yet.
yeah, I
And
remember
so
that.
yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
We were alive for that. Yeah.
So I'd rent a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So I'd purposely get different cars. Like,
just to try them
I've
out,
never-
right? Yeah.
And that's how I car shopped. It would rent just different cars all over the country. And
I
finally
tell
I was
people
like,
that-
you know, I like the Ford Fusion, and that's what I ended up buying.
Right.
So.
I tell people that all the time. That's literally the best way to do it. Like me and the head of content, Mike, we always talk about vehicles. 'cause
Encore,
we
I'm
go
with
crazy.
you. I love Jaguars.
All right, Sarah says GTR. Those are fun cars. I haven't done a
what
Skyline,
that
by
is.
the way, so don't even ask me about the
What's
Skyline.
a GTR?
Nissan GTR is it's a sports car, and the thing has some rev. It's a spiritual successor to the Nissan Skyline.
Don't know what that
So
is
all
either.
right, so if you're like, so Il Passion was talking about street racing.
Gamer
No,
nerd, what can I
I'll help
say?
you out here.
What can I
Il
say?
Passion was talking about street racing, right?
Yep.
That was the car that could not be beaten for many years. It was illegal in America. Now
Damn.
so those cars just became legal because I think the 25-year mark has passed, and now they're considered vintage cars. So you can get them out in America
okay,
now. So,
okay.
but back then you could not get it. So now.
First, got Mike in the chat talking about vintage cars. Mike loves old cars. So.
No, but it's
All
cool. So I
day.
mean, like that was the thing that I like to do. And again, one of my favorite cars to drive will always be the Porsche Cayenne. That was
You've
a fun
driven one of those?
Yeah, I drive a lot of Porsches
Damn.
and all of that stuff.
What's the fanciest car I've ever
Oh no, I
driven?
mean no,
Let's
no, I
see.
take that back. The Aston Martin Vantage was a great car, but we can talk about cars all day. Real quick, I want to tell you guys what we've got going on. After this show, we are going to be hosting Ride and getting right into our game and having a bunch of fun. So again, Oh, hold on, real quick. I just saw something. Okay, so a lot of people are feeling me on the GTR, by the way. I salute
Oh,
you guys.
you in the cars. You
Sorry.
in the cars.
Yo, I'm addicted to cars. I can't help it. It's just great. And I mean, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff with Turtle Wax.
Drive my car.
And hopefully, you know, if
This
they
Marty
let
driving,
me,
like nerdy driving.
if they
there.
let me do it, we're gonna get Odo Omni and all of them into some vehicles and stuff like that.
Street race.
Yeah, just for the sake of showing
Can you not
some love.
injure any of my players, please?
No, they're gonna be
Race,
fine.
okay?
It's just it's in the space. So the reason, and for the record, the reason why we're talking so heavily about cars is because we know our LCS players are like big car junkies, like me, and I know me personally, I have this idea where I kind of want them like out and about, especially, you know, just kind of celebrate and unwind,
Okay.
having some fun, doing a little bit of racing and things like that. So like that's the intent, and that's why I like the fact, like you're gonna see a lot more pieces from Turtle Wax and our League of Legends players. Shadosha versus Oda Forza Horizon 3. Okay, relax, okay? Maybe for
that,
Coil Strike.
Hold on, that kind of cars, I'm in all day. So I took my I took my kids here in Rochester where we are.
Right.
For those who know, we got a video game bar here. I'm gonna give a plug for
Oh,
those guys.
right, we
Those
sure do.
place is so awesome. It's called the Playhouse. They have burgers, a bar, and video games. During the day, you can bring your family. It's very family oriented. So I brought my kids down.
Yeah.
And we were playing racing games. And the best one was the one where you climb in the motorcycle and you literally physically sit on it.
Yeah.
So I had the two of the kids on the motorcycle. I'm like over top of them, helping them steer because they can't do it.
Right.
That was the greatest thing ever, man. You talk about a game kids can love. Racing games are the bomb, man.
Yeah,
So.
for sure, for sure. So, I mean, hopefully that's one of those things that Kasing can play, because Kasing and Niski kind of sort of suck at stuff by
Whoa,
accident.
whoa, let's not talk about them.
No, I'm just making. All right, you need to relax.
Damn.
All right, so you know what I want to do real fast? I want to talk about some,
Like he's any good over here.
since you have returned, I want to talk about some office-related updates. I know.
Office?
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm in the office right now?
yeah, you're in the office right now.
am in the
and you're
office.
not the only one in the office right
I'm
now.
not?
We actually have some new people in. No, so actually, before we get to that, let's go back
Well,
to.
no, you already led into it. Now
No.
you-
I want to go back to Aspen.
Gee. Oh,
I want to talk about the snake.
Ah.
So we've talked about the pet snake, and I think what is crazy is that this pet snake is actually. Are you bringing it to the LCS home or the office?
all right, listen here, okay?
What are you doing? What?
I just felt like you were overrepresented here. I need a little representation of my own here. So
Right.
I feel a little better.
They're not looking at that. They're literally looking at a picture of the snake right now. You're putting props on this table.
Oh, that's all
we want to talk about the snake.
All right. I'm sorry. I got distracted by the moonkin, okay?
All right, whatever.
So the snake, Aspen, everyone knows, got named by who won that contest?
I forgot, yeah,
I
but it was a
wanna
Twitter
say
contest,
It was
by the way.
John, what's John's last name? Oh, I'm going to forget. He's been a fan for a while, and I'm going to feel terrible. I forget his last name right now. I'm pretty sure he's the one that won it. But Aspen is moving into the office in Berlin. where
So the
LCS
office,
players are.
right.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's moving in there. It will be there early next week. So you'll see content, probably things where we can, probably put various LCS players inside the mouth of the snake.
Right.
Eat the players. I think that would be good. That's my idea of good content, honestly.
I like it. I mean, those are definitely the pictures that I was seeing. So I was like, all right, word.
Actually, let's just move this over
Move that out
here.
there. All right, you got Moonkin
This
sitting up.
Central.
All right, so real quick, another question I want to ask for you is I don't know what you're doing, but
Hashtag giveaway. No sound
not
effects.
hashtag, bruh. See, he messed up this time. On the hunt, we've got a little bit more time for you to enter this contest, by the way. Just real quick, on the hunt. No, okay, don't troll me. No hashtags, just on the hunt. Type that in the chat. You should have an
Type
opportunity to
hashtag
enter this,
on the
okay?
hunt.
All right, and we're getting into our 3-minute countdown. But real quick, before we do that, I do want to chat with you real quick about the LCS
3-minute
application.
countdown.
Do you have a moment, like a quick moment to talk to me about the
Yeah.
progress?
So this is exciting stuff, guys. For the last 3 months, basically, we've been working like crazy hours on the LCS permanent partnership application.
Right.
That's for everyone knows the next year, just like North America, EU's turned a permanent partnership. And we got the application done. It's at the printers. It's going in the mail on Monday. Very exciting. What was really cool about the whole thing is not just obviously getting it done because it's an important part of our business, but actually the process of doing it. One of our co-founders, Vinny, was saying this the other day on our weekly call. It helped us define a lot of things that we all sort of knew, but really putting them down on paper, having everyone see them, defining some goals, some vision, some very specific directional things that I think with the size of our staff now, are very, very helpful.
Right.
So it was really exciting to have people be able to read it now and see kind of the future of Splyce in there. So.
Absolutely. That's a great thing to hear because I know definitely, man, I just want that spot, man. I just looking forward to it. So that would be a great thing.
LCS forever, right? Isn't that the hashtag LCS forever?
LCS forever. Yes, absolutely. More chances
It's a little
to
bit
go.
of a meme, but I'm actually not memeing is the weird thing. I'm using a meme to not meme.
Yeah, that's. I'll allow it.
Okay.
We've got 2 minutes left, and it's time now to pick the winner of our Splyce giveaway. He's sipping on some water, but he wants to do the drum rolls.
I want to give this to you.
Do you want to read the name?
I want to give this to you.
Or do you want me to read the name?
Can I just show it to the camera more?
You want to show it, and then I can give it away? You want me to do it?
Fine, you can give it away.
Okay, well then you have to do the drum roll. Is that how that's gonna work?
Okay, ready?
You're gonna drum on.
I'm gonna drum roll on your mouse. Ready?
Oh my god.
Wait, see, I'm gonna show you. I have my drumming skills.
So I apologize in advance if your mouse is somehow broken because of Marty's bad drumming skills.
No, this thing's so hardcore it won't break.
Okay, good. Thank the heavens, because the winner of the giveaway is, of course, Encore 24. So congratulations to you, Encore 24. Bars. You just won a Corsair Glaive mouse
with some fingerprints on it.
With some
fingerprints on it.
With some fingerprints on it. So, quick heads up for you.
Oh, we just got a Corsair Void headset to go with it.
Hey, there you go. See, you Corsair. I want pictures, or it didn't happen.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Exactly. So
now you're the memer over here.
I had to do it. So congratulations to you. You are now Corsaired up. The moderators in chat will be getting in touch with you on how to get it to you. So make sure you are available to them. And don't forget, next week we're going to be doing the exact same thing. Friday we go live. The first game is going to be up against H2K. Saturday we go up against Rockcat. Going to have a little and a big giveaway once again. As you can see, Marty is getting geared up and ready for the countdown, which means don't go anywhere because we're going to be hosting Riot for the game happening tonight, which is going to be Splyce versus Unicorns of Love. This is the 10-second countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Shadosha. His name is Marty. We'll see you on the next show. Deuces! Yes!